Alrighty then. So we're live. Just gonna wait for a few people to join and we'll get started. All right, so today's show, as always, Sunday Corner. Let's see. All right, so today's Sunday Corner, March 4th. So this is DexFunko's Pop and Comics Sunday Corner. This is where I pretty much get together and review things that I've picked up during the week. And now my lights are flashing for some reason. But pretty much review everything that I've picked up over the week, whether it be Funko Pop or comic and whatnot. So yeah. So to get started, let's see. So we'll put this one aside for right now. Let's put it down here. To start off, so I've picked up some more books, 37 Saves. Richard from Instagram has sent me some more books that I got from him, along with a slab that I got from him. And yeah, so let me start off with those. So the first one's up. We have a pretty decent copy. I think it's might be a reader's copy, but it's still a good copy of Carnage Mind Bomb. Now we've all seen this book. We all know this book. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to reading it. Definitely one of those that everybody's been after, or a lot of people have been looking for. This will be my reader copy. I'll be looking for a graded copy soon enough. Probably a 9.8, as I would want that. But let's see what happens. Try to get some deals and whatnot. Next up, we have The Amazing Spider-Man Web of Carnage Part 2 of 4. So you can see that one there. Great cover, both of them. Carnage on this one is just, on the Mind Bomb, looks just so amazing. This cover was done very nicely. The metallic foil on it is really nice as well. So, yeah. So the metallic foil on that one, really well. I love this cover of Spider-Man, honestly. Next up, we have The Bride of Venom. Oh, yeah, hi, Leah. I was about to type to you. So you actually went today and got him to do all your stuff? You didn't want to go to Corca, huh? I think, isn't it a kind of a drive for you? So another one, there's a thing I love about embossed comics. They just look so cool. I just love the embossed comics. So here we have Venom, The Mace, Part 1 of 3. Actually, you know what? I'll just put them here. That's a beautiful cover. It's completely embossed. The whole front of it, Venom is embossed, and it just stands out really nicely. Next up, we have Web of Spider-Man number 118 and a dynamic new costume. So I believe this is Scarlet Spider. Okay, so I'll see you there tomorrow then. Might as well get him to sign more stuff, huh? I know at the convention, I think it was probably like $20 a book. I know that he's allowing you to do 10 signatures, I think, for $10 at Corca. So if you're a subscriber, if not, it's 20. It's still not bad. Even if you don't get them CGC'd, it's pretty neat. So yeah. So the next one that I got from Richard from Instagram is this nice copy of Amazing Spider-Man 363. So I have one of these already, but I was looking for a second one. I just like to have them, especially with the Venom movie coming out. It's good to have. You know, it never fails. They're always, honestly, I have 361, 362, 363. I have 344, which is Cletus's first appearance. And I want to say I can't remember the first first snippet of Carnage. But next up to follow, we have Amazing Spider-Man 362 that I got from Richard as well. So another great copy of it. So this will definitely go. As you can see, right above me is the second print. This is the first print, which is the yellow cover. But this isn't the only one that I have. This is, I think, the second copy, or maybe the third that I have of that one. So one thing that Richard threw in for me, I kind of caught the Immortal Hulk bandwagon, I guess you can say, a little bit on the late side. I didn't start reading it until I think issue 5. So now backtracking, so he actually threw in the Immortal Hulk #1, which is still to be read. I'll be reading that this week to now start all over again to see where it is. You know, I haven't been able to. I read 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And I think not 14, not yet. But now I get to read it from where it starts. So that's the great part about it. It's the whole reason we do comics, to sit down and read them. You know, I loved 5 through 12, 13. The last cover, which was I've read from 5 to 13, I think. So I'm pretty caught up there, but I'd like to see where it started. It'd be good to have that. So definitely thank you, Richard, for throwing this one in. Really happy about it. Love the cover, too. Here lies Bruce Banner. So, and finally, for the... Yeah, honestly, Richard hooked it up with that one. He does great things, and he's always helping out. So I don't even know. I don't think he charged me anything above what the book cost, honestly, if that. You know, he asked me. He's like, okay, perfect. I'm going to throw it in, and that was it. So, yeah, really happy to have it, you know, especially with all the craze going on with Immortal Hulk. But this being the prize possession that I got from him, I wanted this. This is actually in an older CGC slab. I definitely wanted this more so because I used to read it when I was a kid, and the fact that they're doing a movie now with Vin Diesel makes it even better. So we got, thanks to Richard from 37 Saves, I have Rye, the #0, which is Bloodshot's first appearance, and it's not the matte, but it's the glossy version. So I got that for a great deal. I couldn't pass it up. I actually kept nagging at him because he didn't want to get rid of it, and I kept kind of poking the bear, and he eventually said, you know, how much do you want? Like, how much do you want to pay for it? So we talked back and forth, and he definitely took care of me. And, you know, You know, Hialeah, I saw that same, the one that you're talking about. It was when you walked into the con. It was on a shelf. If you walked in about 2 rows in and then made a left, one of the booths towards the back to the left wall. Am I right? Yes, $15. Was it the matte version or the glossy version? Because when I went there, I was looking for somebody and nobody was at the booth. So I couldn't, I was waiting for 20, 30 minutes and nobody ever came. So I was like, great. So you have comics here for sale and there's nobody here helping or selling or anything. Yeah. So Hialeah, was it the matte one or was it the glossy one? Yeah, but that's the thing. I went and there was nobody there. No one. I was like, there was one guy looking at books and I go, do you work here? Is this yours? He's like, no. I've been waiting for 10 minutes to find out who it is. So he was waiting for 10. I waited for another 30. So I don't know what happened. I don't know where that person was that ran it. How can you tell the glossy versus the matte? I mean, the cover. The cover alone. No, I mean, it's just, I would have taken it anyways for 15, whether it was matte or glossy. The reason I wanted the glossy is obviously because it's the more rarer one. The glossy version is the one I think that was made less than the matte version. So that's really the only reason that I wanted it. I wanted the glossy one more than the matte. Okay, cool, perfect. So that's really it for comics. I got to go to Corca and pick up my weekly books next week. I wasn't able to get out there this week and pick up some books, so right now it'll be Funko Pop time. So I'm gonna leave that one right there for you. So first up we have, which arrived this week. It was a little bit open beforehand, but FYE always does a phenomenal job. I'm kidding, by the way. They suck at shipping. So here we have the FYE version of Captain Marvel, or Carol Danvers, in her military suit. Matter of fact, I just get it open. See you tomorrow, Hialeah. Seriously? So this is the FYE exclusive. Carol Danvers in her military getup. In her Air Force pilot getup. So pretty neat. This is, I think, the last of 2 that I'm missing for the Captain Marvel movie. The only one I'm missing now is Maria Rambeau, however you want to pronounce her name. But I haven't seen her anywhere, so I'm not exactly sure when she comes out. Or, yeah, pretty much when she's going to be available. So I continue to wait for that one. But that's the only one I'm missing now, so that's the good thing. Come on. So next up, so I got this from Gemini Collectibles. Had ordered it, actually, I want to say about a week ago. And It finally arrived this week, so I mean, I know what's in it. It's not a mystery box. Let's see how well Gemini packs their stuff. All right. No, not a mystery box, Claudia. I know exactly what's in it. I don't like doing mystery boxes. That is only your husband. I hate doing mystery boxes. I don't like not knowing what I get. So, yeah, no. I'll leave the mystery boxes to you guys. I know Vince loves that. I'm not one for mystery boxes. I guess you could say I'm like Seth on that one. I do not do mystery boxes. So, yeah. But I ordered this a while ago. Not a while ago. Last week, I think. Last Friday. Not this one that passed, but the one before. So we have Metallic Skeletor from Masters of the Universe. I saw him pop up. He was available for a few moments, and I kind of wanted him because he was metallic, and I like the way he looks. So I said, why not? But if I did get him, great. If I didn't, whatever. So let's pull him out. You know, I'm so used to them being bobbleheads because all I have is Marvel that when I grab him and his head doesn't bobble, it's kind of weird. But here we have Metallic Skeletor. Oh, that would have sucked. Nicely done, Pop. I gotta say, it's actually, the coloring on it is really nice. The metallic coloring, his suit, even his staff are pretty nice. One last look. Hey, no good. So we got Mr. Skeletor. You know what? He's going to stay out for the remainder of the show. Why does he stand on there, but he won't stand on there? All right. He'll stay out for the rest of the show. So, to kind of go over, those are really the only ones that came in the mail. Us Funko people had an event this week on Friday called TargetCon. So, if you're not too familiar with what TargetCon is, it's pretty much Target releases, I don't know, anywhere between 9 and 12, 13 pops all on one day. You know, we it's like lining up for, I don't know, for a signing for comic books. So the 9-4 Lab No Good is the first appearance of Bloodshot, which is the movie that's being done with Vin Diesel. This is the glossy version. There's two different covers. It's a matte. There's one that's matte, one that's glossy. The glossy is the, I guess, the more sought after and the more limited one. So this is the glossy one of Rye Zero in a 9.4, and it's the first appearance of Bloodshot. Yeah, I guess, Claudia. TargetCon is like Black Friday, but in March. So they release a bunch of pops. You know, I was in line at 3:30 in the morning, I think it was. I was in line, you know, with one of my friends, Anne Marie. She collects pops as well, so I was there with her. And we were at Target waiting. We were number 1 and 2, and then from 3:30 to about 8 a.m. when they open. And then we all walk in a line, go straight to the back of the electronics department if your Target is in order. Some don't know what the hell they're doing or whatever. And this time they allowed us to, so the last TargetCon last year, the Target on Bird Road only allowed us to buy one pop for every transaction. So that means you have to buy a pop go to the end of the line, come up, buy another pop, go to the end of the line, and keep going in a circle. This time, they pretty much told us, no, you can only buy one of each, and you can buy them all in the same transaction. So it was a lot easier. It was a lot smoother, a lot quicker. So I pretty much walked up, said, I want that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and give them to me, and here's my money. So that's what's going to come up now. So to start off, let me move this guy over. So the first one up, which I actually gave to my cousin, is the Darth Vader glow in the dark. I tried him out actually, and he's actually really dope with the glow in the dark. I'm not really sure if you guys will be able to see him, but his glow in the dark is actually really, really nice because he's at this point in the movie, I think, is where he's getting electrocuted by his son. So, yeah, you guys can't see it. So, that's the glow-in-the-dark Darth Vader. I will not take him out because that is my nephew's, going to my nephew's. And if he wants to take it out, he can take it out. I don't want to mess up the box if he wants to keep it. But he does look really, really, really cool. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I know I won't mess with the box. After opening so many for myself. So that is the Darth Vader being electrocuted. His head is almost translucent. You can actually see part of the skull underneath it, which actually makes it pretty cool. And then he has electricity surging around all of his body. So, really dope. All right, let's put him away. So that's number one for TargetCon. Next up, we have a personal favorite of mine. Here we have Wayne and Garth's 2-pack of when they're playing hockey in the middle of the street. This is just an awesome movie that I love a lot. I watched it the other day again. So I watched it the other day again, and I remember them playing hockey in the middle of the street. It's just, that movie's one of the classics. It's kind of like, Ferris Bueller's Day Out. So since this is mine, don't care. Put that over here. So here you have Garth as the hockey player, or the goalie, shall I say. And then you have Wayne's World with his hat and the hockey stick. So both are pretty neat. They're definitely great to have. The nostalgia in it. I don't really collect too many non-Marvel pops, but this was definitely one of those that I needed to have. Obviously, let's get them back in. And that's why it got messed up in the get-go. Hey, Richard. No problem. As you can see, it already kind of came out. So, kind of going over the pops right now for TargetCon. So one of the ones that I needed to get and have was Captain Marvel. This one glows in the dark. This is where she's in binary form, and she is completely flying and free, and her head actually glows. I already tested her glow out, so, but, I mean, it just looks so awesome as she's flying. The stand is integrated into her, so you can't take her apart. But, yeah, so her fireballs both glow, her eyes glow, and her hair completely glow. Yeah, Sean. So the reason behind Marvel, behind the bobblehead versions of the Funko Pops, so every Marvel Pop, for the most part, is a bobblehead. None of them are fixed like, Metallic Skeletor, where it doesn't bobble. He's just, still. But the reason is because they don't have the licensing. So they have Marvel licensing. Come on, why don't you stand up now? So if it's a bobblehead, it's not considered an action toy or an action figure. And I believe it's Bandai that has the license to create any Marvel action figure. So by that, Funko cannot do them on a solid head like Metallic Skeletor. They all have to be Marvel for that reason. I mean, bobblehead for that reason. So yeah, Captain Marvel. I gotta get another one because I want her for out of the box, and I want one for inside. That's just me. That's one of my things. I always get doubles. Now I gotta find a really, really good comic for her. I think I know which one I want, but it is on the expensive side, and I'm not sure if I want to pay that for it. So, yeah. So next up, I got this, honestly. Oh, there goes Metallic. Come on. I really don't care about basketball, in the sense that I don't follow it a lot. I don't really necessarily care about any player more than the other, but I did see this and I thought, you know what? I'll pick it up either way. So this is Michael Jordan's, I think, rookie costume. This is another one that got released at the TargetCon on Friday. And let me see if I can get them out without messing up the box, because this might become trade bait for something else. We just never know, since I really don't care for basketball. I know somebody's in the chat right now going, what do you mean? But it's actually pretty decent, between his shoes. No, they didn't put a little Air Jordan on the back, which sucks. But actually pretty nice. You can see in the back it says 23. It says Jordan on the top of that. The actual ball is actually the same texture as a basketball, which is pretty neat. Yeah, I really don't care about basketball or football for that matter. I really never really... Baseball was the only sport that I was really into as a kid. And as I got older, it got more boring. And I just don't care. So this guy will go up for trade. I want to see where his price ends up, a couple of weeks after the fact. Right now, if I trade him, it all depends. But I've seen prices going for 25, 35, 40, even 45 for him. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try to trade him for a chase version of the Green Goblin, the metallic one. So let's see. But yeah, so he will become trade bait. Nothing else, nothing more. I will not end up keeping him in my collection. So the next one is the 110-inch pop that I wanted. This guy was a necessity for me. As you guys know, I have all the 10 inches behind me, and I love them. But Funko has gotten a little bit ridiculous with creating 10 inches, so they are not exclusive anymore as they used to be. From the time Funko started to about 2017, there was only about 11. So it's a good, I want to say, 8-year gap, 10-year gap, 10 pops in 10 years that were 10 inches. So it was a little bit more exclusive, harder to get. Now in 2018, they released another, I want to say 9 just in 2018. And then now again, this year, we're looking at another 9 or 12. TargetCon alone had 4 for this release. So it's gotten ridiculous. I'm going to be more selective with my 10 inches from now on. But this guy was a must because I have all his regular versions. And so here you have the Incredible Jack Jack in a very, very large form. He just looks awesome. I mean, come on. You cannot tell me he does not look awesome. So I have the other ones. So I have the 4 small ones. I have Monster Jack Jack. I have Fire Jack Jack. I have Chrome Jack Jack. I have Edna Jack Jack. And I don't remember the other one. They're somewhere around here. So the Chrome one, the regular Jack Jack, the Mask Jack Jack, Fire Jack Jack, Edna Jack Jack. I need Monster Jack Jack. That's the one I'm missing. But like all my other 10 inches, this will be going out of the box. So he might as well come out now with you guys here. I will not be keeping this box. 10-inch boxes are way too big. It's just not going to happen. 10-inch box will be going in the garbage, so if anybody wants them, let me know. But that is Baby Jack Jack. So, yep. Anybody wants the box, let me know. It's yours. If not, it'll go in the garbage tomorrow. He will be staying out like that. I gotta find a spot for him in the shelf. Probably scoot over Mickey and T-Rex and put him somewhere there. But yeah, I think I might have room next to Dobby and the Power Rangers, Ultra Zord and Dino and Green Goblin. So really, really happy with him. They did a great job on him. He actually can. This is just wrong on so many levels. But Jack Jack in his glory. Juliana, you should have never passed on Wayne's World, dude. That was a must for me. That was my number 2, actually. My number 1 was Captain Marvel. It was Captain Marvel number 1, Wayne's World number 2, Jordan 3 if he was still available, mainly to grab his trade bait. 4 Jack Jack, and then Darth Vader. But the fact that they let us buy them all at once, it just made it easier. So I just picked them all up with no worries. So there is one special pop that I have now misplaced. Let me move Jack Jack out of the way. Let's get him closer to me. So I went to, oh God, what is it called? Comic-Con Revolution yesterday. Chris Claremont was there. And I took for my first CGC submission, obviously signature series. And yeah, that was an eye-opener. A few things I did not expect, even after watching videos on submitting books to CGC. Things that I know now to be better prepared, for one. 2, the amount of cost involved in getting signatures witnessed, and then the process of actually grading the books and whatnot, or having them cleaned and pressed. So I learned a lot yesterday, with CGC. Actually, I got to meet Brittany from she's the marketing director, or VIP of marketing for CGC, and I got to meet her yesterday. She actually helped me out. She took her time. She showed me where I had to sign up to get in line for the signature series prep and things like that. She helped me out all the way. So that was really nice of her. She's a great person. She's willing to help. And yeah, so any books that were being submitted to CGC with Chris Claremont's signature, he was doing a private signing for it. So you actually would give your books to CGC, and then they would get it signed that afternoon or that evening after the con with Chris Claremont. So he was doing signatures there, but not, for CGC. Everything CGC you would submit to them and then get it signed. It would get signed later on. But, Chris Claremont and X-Men, he means a lot to X-Men. He's created a lot of the X-Men. He's created a lot of characters, co-created a lot of characters as well. So one of the few pops that I had of characters that I knew he created was Emma Frost. So I went. It didn't matter whatever it was, but I got my Emma Frost signed by him on the front. Really happy to have that. This is something that I'll probably keep for myself for a long time. I love Emma Frost. I love her in the comics as a character. And yeah, I definitely want to see Emma Frost come to life. Damn, I can't open this now. But yeah, so he signed the actual box of the pop, not the hard stack. So that was really nice of him. And I'm missing one thing. Oh yeah. So while we were at the con, there goes that one. While we were at the con, as you guys will remember, whoever's in the chat, I think Claudia and Vince, we were at the Comic-Con, and we ran across this lady that had a booth there called Pop Gal Collectibles. On Instagram, she has Funko Pop Gal 5, and she had a bunch of mystery boxes for $10. So Vince, I conned Vince. I kept pushing Vince to actually jump and get one of them because there was a possibility of a Majin Vegeta in one of the boxes left. So I'm dying to see, Vince from Just a Geek 305. Check him out if you haven't. I'm dying to see him eat Power Rangers cereal. So with that being said, I kind of kept poking the bear until he bought one. And I said, you know what? I'll buy one with you. And then Seth from What's Popping bought 3 of them. So we all got together and started opening mystery boxes. And yeah, we didn't get a Majin at all. So my pop that I got, which will be going to my sister, was Megavolt. The GameStop version, the regular GameStop version from Darkwing Duck. Honestly, I grew up watching Darkwing Duck. She loves Darkwing Duck as well, so that's the great thing. I can still see it, and at least she'll enjoy it. Me, myself, I'm trying to stick strictly to Marvel. Do not want to go outside that at all. So, yeah. So it's a pretty quick show today. Didn't have much, just this. The comics, for those of you that came a little bit late, to kind of go through them real quickly. So Richard, which is in here, I believe he's still in here. Not sure. I bought some more from him. So here's Amazing Spider-Man 362, which is the second appearance of Carnage. We have Amazing Spider-Man 363, which is the third appearance of Carnage. And then we have, of course, yeah. So my sister decides to print something while I am on live. Awesome. Yeah. So the next one is Scarlet Spider and Amazing Spider-Man. No, sorry, Web of Spider-Man 118. Is it 118? Yes. Web of Spider-Man 118. It's a great cover with Scarlet Spider, which is the clone spider. So next up, we have Venom, the Mace, part 1 of 3. Number 1. I do love this cover mainly, more so because the embossing on him. The embossing on that cover is actually really, really nice. So next up, we have the Amazing Spider-Man number 410, which is the Web of Carnage, part 2 of 4. Richard, I need to find 1, 3, and 4. And next up, we have the Bride of Venom, which we kind of all saw a little bit in the Venom movie when she takes, or well, Venom attaches himself to her. And okay, you don't have to find them this week, buddy. It ain't urgent. It's not like, it's going anywhere. So, but yeah, really happy to have the Bride of Venom. I know it's a sought out book after. He let me know that it was a reader copy, and I'm still happy to have it. Condition still, I mean, even with a few tick marks, it's great, but I'll be reading the heck out of this thing, so it doesn't matter. So it's perfect. We have Carnage Mind Bomb number 1, which is another sought after book lately, actually. And then finally, he tossed in the Immortal Hulk number 1, which is one of the new series, but it's become a very, very well-received series in the comic book world. I've read 5 through 13, so I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4. And, he was nice enough to toss it in, and I'll now be able to read it and catch up and see where Immortal Hulk all started. And that's pretty much it, really, for comics. And as you guys saw constantly, I want to say I conned him into giving me this one. He didn't want to sell it, and I just kept poking the bear until he said yeah. So thank you. So thank you for this one especially. I know you kind of wanted to hold on to it. I know you wanted to crack it open and send it in and have it cleaned and pressed for, obvious reasons to try to get a 9.8, but this is definitely going to look very, very nice up on the wall behind me. I got to figure out who's got to come down. I'm not sure if it'll be Infinity Gauntlet or it'll probably be Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, I'll probably take down Infinity Gauntlet number 1. So, and put this one up instead. And look, Metallic's got a tour left. Careful, you keep your eyes peeled for that 9.8. I might take that one from you too. You just never know. I haven't even checked, that, to see why this was a 9.4. I still have not checked to see why it's a 9.4. So, but that's it, guys. Thank you for those of you that joined, as always. This is kind of just me and sharing what I've gotten with you guys. So really, that's it for the week. Stay tuned. I'm working on a new video, mainly for beginners and beginner comic book collectors that would like to get their books graded or signature series. I learned a lot from the event on Saturday and submitting my first set of books, which were all Chris Claremont books. There was 6 of them, and I learned a lot, and I think a lot of people would enjoy or would like to know some of the things after. That cover top right corner has a bit of a color rub, and then bottom left corner has a slight bend. Then left spine on cover has a little bit of a bend, which means that they didn't have this book pressed. That's what that means. They did not have this book pressed at all. Yeah. I don't know. We'll take a look. Oh, I see that. Yep, I did notice that the old label on the actual, but yeah, I might crack it open and now well, let's see. I don't know. I might just enjoy it like this for a little bit. Let's see what happens. I don't want to do away with it just yet, so it'll go up on the wall as a 9.4, and then I'll think about it and see what happens. But thank you, Richard, for sending this one over. It arrived perfectly and safely the way it should, and it always has with your tank shippings. So that's pretty much it, guys. So thank you for joining. And so thank you guys for joining, for whoever did. And I'll be here again next week at 5:30 instead, at 5 o'clock at my normal time. The only reason today was at 7 was because, well, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw I was driving around a Viper and, well, really drove it to a show and then drove back home from the show. But my buddy needed help taking his secondary Viper to the car show. So, yeah, I can't say no to that, honestly. It ain't always about comics. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'll see you guys around. Richard, I'm pretty sure I'll talk to you later today at one point. Vince, Claudia, Giuliano, guys, always appreciate everything. Love you guys, and thank you for everything. And that's really it. So I guess we'll be talking, and I'll see you guys next week. Talk to you later. He's on his way home. Wow. It's better that he doesn't watch me while he's driving. He might, no. Nobody needs to see that. But thank you again for watching, guys. Really appreciate it and everything that you guys do. So thank you for joining and watching. Talk to you guys later.